Hi everyone, hope everything is going on well. So this is a very simple thing and a clear thing that I'm going to talk about. It's already 5 in the morning and I suddenly realized that I need to speak it up because I see a lot of queries coming up, a lot of messages coming up, emotional messages coming up by students, from students. And they're writing that right now this is the time when they're facing a lot of confusion and they don't know, right, whether the step or the decision that they have taken is right or not, and whether they are going to see the rising sun at the end of the horizon, or whether it is going to be all a very confusing and cumbersome or a tiresome journey. So there is only one thing, one example that I would like to give, and I would like to start the discussion with. It's not going to be a very long discussion, but when you see a soldier standing in the crowd, there is already a sense of security, a sense of confidence that we feel, right? That we are protected, that he's there and everything is going to be fine. If anything goes off the track or anything which goes beyond control, then that soldier is there and he can manage things. So a sense of security is already there. Now compare it with a policeman. You do not have that kind of sense of security when if it is a military person standing. Okay, why is this? Because you somehow know there is some sort of notion inside our head that compels us to think that that person is very well trained, the kind of training that he has gone into, and he's more disciplined. Okay, and he's more goal oriented. Now with this simple comparison, you see, if there is any person, if you are, let's say, living in an organization or under the guidance of an organization, or in a hostel where you have to wake up 4 in the morning, you have to like run for 2 to 3 kilometers, you have to come back at 7:30, you have to get your breakfast. By 8, if you don't eat, it will all be gone, and then by 8:30 you have to be present in the building for your regular classes. Now see, that is the kind of regimental life that they go into. Compare it with the life of a person, of a young guy who is into corporate or who is working in a private job, or any job for that matter. You see, you don't have a choice to go or not to go. In schools and colleges, you have the choice to bunk, to miss the classes. It's up to you, right? But when it comes to your work life, you don't have that kind of option. That kind of leverage is not there. Even if you have overworked the previous day, even if you have boozed the entire night, even if you have slept late, right? You were scrolling reels, and even if you had some issue personally, some emotional challenges you are going through, you have to show up at the office in the morning. So doesn't mean, nobody cares whether you had taken a bath or not, whether you had taken your breakfast or not, whether your lunch is prepared there or not, or what are the traffic challenges that you're going to face. You have to show up. Okay, so this is the legitimate expectation of your regular life that you might and you will be facing a few years down the road. That attribute, if you nurture right now during your preparations, right? You see, there are, why good institutions have candidates who have more chances to do well in life, for the simple reason that they are programmed like this, that they have programmed themselves like this, or their environment was so motivating and having that push effect. There are no questions, right? There is no if, there are no whys, if and buts. You don't ask why you want to clear this examination or crack this examination. So it starts with a very simple step. Please fix your routine. Fixing a routine is very important. In your entire routine, it does not matter at what time you wake up or what time you sleep. What matters is that the number of hours that you're going to give to your studies, and at what time you will sit, and at what time you will take a break from your studies. That kind of compartmentalization has to be done, and it has to be very personalized. So some people might be studying till late, some people might be studying early in the morning. Some students might be going to gym, some might be taking up leisure activity, some might be learning guitar or any other activity that you're engaged into. And there would be different times. You need a maths coaching, you need some accounts coaching, you are doing some classes, some language classes, whatever other things you are doing. Okay, you have some family commitments, anything. So amidst all this, you have to fix at least a study time. And then when you have a fixed study routine, the second step is fixing the targets. Now for aspirants who are preparing this examination, CLAT examination, the targets are pretty simple. You have to appear in sectionals almost every week, pick out random mocks, random segments, past year papers for that matter. You have to appear in them, and you have to score, marks which are close to 85 to 90% accuracy. So this is the target, this is the end goal that you have to achieve. That is the kind of proficiency you need. How you're going to do it? By consistent practice, deciding the days and the subjects, right? Predetermining the sources that you're going to rely on, fixing everything up, that what is the number of hours you're going to newspapers. Then if today is Monday, you want to study legal, then what are the areas that you have to cover in legal, and then followed by the next day you have to practice a sectional on that. And every week you can go up for a mock, because a lot of resources are available online, and then you have to evaluate yourself. Now when you give the mock, the third step is that you have to analyze your mistakes, consistently analyze your mistakes, sitting ducks with your mistakes, giving 75% of your time is going into analyzing. Okay, why did you not choose the right option, or why did you mark B and not C if C was the correct option? So when you do that, and when you do that for a lot number of days, it comes naturally to you, right? So there would be days when you will feel a sense of directionlessness, a sense of lost in that entire process. It's natural. It happens to each and every one of us. Doesn't matter whether we are preparing for examination or not. Sometimes we begin to question our past. We begin to question the decisions we took in the past, and we try to curse the present, that why are we into this dire state, or how did we land here? And we keep on speculating and speculating about how the future is going to be like. But consider this thought process as a part of the process, and do not let it get over you, create more questions and a sense of doubt, because it will happen a lot many times. You will feel walked down, and you will feel emotionally challenged, crippled to a certain extent, and your efforts are not bringing in fruits. But then there are no ifs and buts, and there are no whys. You cannot ask questions. You have a goal, you have to reach there, and the best part is that you have limited portion of time to do all of this. So when you know that there is the goal, which is very high, the expectations are also very high, your efforts should be more persevered, more targeted, and you will never question that you want to do this, why you want to do this, because you have already taken a decision and you got to settle the score, right? And trust me, this is one examination that you can crack with consistency. There is nothing more profound than consistency, which is required for this examination. It is required in no other examination, right? Just stay consistent. 3 hours you spend time with English, you spend time with vocabulary. 3 hours you read multiple articles. You can harness the kind of information that is there online. All that is stopping you is alaspan. I'll tell you the difference between the kids of 90s and the kids who are post 2000. The fundamental difference between them is that we belonging to the 90s generation, we cannot study without writing things down. It does not go inside our head. N number of times we'll read it online, we'll mark it and everything, unless and until we are going to write it down on paper and speak to ourselves that this is the information that I have studied. It is not going to go down. But what happens in 2000, post 2000 is that this is the information technology era. Everybody has a unique personal extension of oneself, that is the mobile phone, and in that you can access information at just in the flip of a coin. And when you do that, right, there is multiplicity of sources and multiplicity of information. So you think that you go on reading and you go on picking up information, and you're actually studying. No. One simple trick is sit down with pen and paper. At the end of the day, you have these pages to count. 7 pages of information I have retained on this hard copy. There is a hard copy of information in my own handwriting. Today there are 15 pages of information. Tomorrow there would be 25. Right? Then there would be 30 pages of information that you are covering. 30 pages cannot be maintained every day, but then you have to make sure that it is 1 page extra, along with the analysis, the questions that you have, writing down your own mistakes, why did you mark incorrect, what is the reasoning and everything. This is all going to help you. So there is no set pattern for this, right? Someday you can practice questions, the other day you can write notes, right? So all of this has to be done. Now, what is going to be the perfect study plan? Well, that needs speculation, that needs an understanding of your daily routine, right? But then there are 2 caveats, or you can say two precautionary principles that I would like to highlight. First, the precautionary principle is that trying to cover the newspaper, right, too fast. Don't do that. You have to spend time with that piece of information, with that bulletin on a daily basis, and you need to spend at least 2 to 3 hours, good number of hours, because it is not only reading it is also a little bit of Google research. It is also a bit of making yourself accustomed to vocabulary, reading it on dictionary, writing it down, then note making of editorials and everything. It will cover 2 to 3 hours. It should cover 2 to 3 hours. And the second warning sign that I want to give is that studying till late night. So your brain will stop functioning after 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. That's for sure. After 2 a.m., whatever you will be doing is wasting your time, because द नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग व्हेन यू वेक अप एंड यू क्लोज योर आइज एंड यू थिंक दैट तुमने क्या पढ़ा था पिछली रात को, तुमको वो 1 बजे से लेकर 5 बजे के बीच में पढ़ा हुआ ज़्यादा याद नहीं होगा। तो आपका एक बायो क्लॉक है, जो एक जनरल बायो क्लॉक है कि आपका दिमाग 2 बजे के बाद काम करना बंद कर देता है। तो कोशिश करिए कि आप 2 बजे तक ही पढ़ें और सुबह किसी भी हालत में 8 बजे उठ जाएं। स्कूल जाते थे तो कैसा होता था, सुबह 7 बजे तो छक मार के उठना ही पड़ता था, ब्रश करना पड़ता था, नहाना पड़ता था, फ्रेश होना पड़ता था और यूनिफॉर्म पहन के मरमरा के ऑटो में बस में बैठना पड़ता था। मन करे चाहे ना करे पर करते थे। फिर स्कूल जाते थे, जब प्रेयर वेयर हो जाती थी, जब पहला लेक्चर होता था, तब लगता था कि हाँ यार वर्थ इट है, क्योंकि हम स्कूल में हैं, मस्ती कर पा रहे हैं, हमारे दोस्त हैं, एवरीथिंग लाइक दैट। तो इट्स लाइक इनर्शिया ना, कि आप जब तक एफर्ट नहीं ले रहे हो, तो सुबह अगर आपने डिसाइड कर लिया कि आपको 8 बजे उठना है, तो कोई बात नहीं, आप 8:15 बजे तक उठ जाओ, क्योंकि घर पे वो पढ़ना है, खुद ही पढ़ना है, तो 8:15 बजे तक उठ जाओ। लेकिन 8:15 बजे के बाद नहीं उठ रहे हो तो फिर किसी को ब्लेम मत करो, क्योंकि सिंपल सी बात है, तुमने डिसाइड किया था कि तुम्हें इतने बजे उठना है और तुम खुद नहीं बैठे। तो एक सिंपल सी बात यही है कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल प्रेशर लेने की बजाय इंडिविजुअल को ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मानो और जो ऑर्डर्स यहाँ से दिए जा रहे हैं उनको एग्जीक्यूट करने के पीछे लगो। किसी दिन कर पाओगे, किसी दिन नहीं कर पाओगे, बट क्वेश्चन ये है, मतलब रियल क्वेश्चन ये है कि क्या तुम वो डेली एफर्ट ले रहे हो। सो इट्स लाइक लेस थिंकिंग, लेस टॉकिंग एंड मोर एक्टिंग, एंड इट स्टार्ट्स विद वेरी सिंपल स्टेप, फिक्सिंग योर स्टडी रूटीन। वंस यू फिक्स योर स्टडी रूटीन, यू फॉलो योर डेली टारगेट। तुम 4 घंटा बैठ पढ़ो, तुम्हारे मन में कभी ये सवाल आएगा ही नहीं कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो, तुम क्यों कर रहे हो और तुम सही कर रहे हो कि गलत कर रहे हो। सिंपल सी बात है। सो दिस इज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू टेल यू इन द मॉर्निंग. I will be uploading this video right now. I don't know if you wake up in the morning, you find this video. To an extent, sometimes it gets very irritating also, getting all this kind of gyan and everything, where everybody is trying to be a professional motivational speaker. Trust me, these are not my, this is not my either professional aim, professional goal, or neither do I do it for publicity. Because I myself am an aspirant. I'm also in that process. And the only thing that I have realized over years, after schooling, after college, and now working and preparing for examination, is that when you're really sincere and really focused on your goal, it takes away your sleep. You're filled with anxiety, you're filled with a lot of questions, and over the top, when you don't have anybody to talk and understand and empathize, then it gets more challenging. Then it's even it gets even more consuming at times, because there is nobody who can understand. So out of this personal experience, I realized that I go back to my class 10th and 12th, 10 years back, that while I was preparing in the same room that I'm studying right now, these were the same set of questions that I had gone to. And at that time, there was nobody to tell me or motivate me or push me up, lift me up. Everybody was expecting, everybody was very positive about me, because academically it was all good, but then we are emotional fools, right? We do get bogged down because of our इमोशनल स्टेट एंड ओवर थिंकिंग एंड एवरीथिंग. ज़्यादा सोचने की वजह से परेशानी बहुत कभी कभी ज़बरदस्ती की बढ़ जाती है, वो इतनी बड़ी होती भी नहीं है. लेकिन अगर आप किसी से बात कर लो, अगर आपको कोई रास्ता दिखा दे, अगर आप उस टाइम पे कोई बोल दे कि जो कर रहे हो करते रहो, बढ़िया कर रहे हो, सही कर रहे हो, रिजल्ट आएगा, तो ये भी कभी कभी काफ़ी हो जाता है. और वी स्लीप विद अ पीसफुल माइंड दैट प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करिए, करना स्टार्ट किया है, एंड तैयारी कर रहे हैं, क्यों नहीं होगा. तो ये वाले थॉट को हमेशा अपने दिमाग में रखिएगा. और कोई डिसीजन सही नहीं होता है और कोई डिसीजन परफेक्ट नहीं होता है. ठीक है, आप डिसीजन लेते हैं, आप उसके लिए काम करते हैं, उसके बाद अगर आपने उसके लिए दिल ईमान के साथ सच में काम किया है, तो आज नहीं तो कल वो चीज़ खुद आपके पैरों के पास रखी होगी. तो वो मधुशाला की जो पंक्ति है कि अब थक कर बैठ गया हूँ मैं और घूम रही है मधुशाला, वही हो जाता है. तो और वो होगा. तो इट्स लाइक ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस, राइट? मैनिफेस्ट, execute, and do not quit. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next.